Recently, the glass on my front door was damaged by a rock, and many of you commented saying you would like to see how I go about getting the glass fixed. So in this video, I plan to do just that, and as a bonus, I'll also let you know how you could win a free laser distance meter. So anyway, enough talking, let's jump right into it. So after getting with my local glass shops, I managed to have one company show up and take a few measurements and send me a quote a few days later. Well, when I looked over that quote, they wanted to charge me almost $900 to replace the glass. I also received another quote from a different glass shop, and their quote really wasn't that much different. So to save a little cash, my wife and I decided to attempt to complete the repair ourselves. This saved us about $200, which I think if I shopped around more, I could have saved a little more, but I really wanted to get this done so I could keep moving forward. After doing a little research, it was time to execute. So I started by removing the interior glass stops, which wasn't too difficult once I could see how they were installed. Since I wanted to reuse the glass stops, I took my time and I started by using a utility knife to cut any caulking or sealing material behind the stops. I then used a flooring knife with a curved blade and pry bar to remove the stop from the door. I soon found out the pry bar wasn't necessary and using the flooring knife could get the job done. While I stepped away, my wife came behind me and removed the crown staples used to fasten the stops in place. Here's a better view of how I used the knife to separate the stop from the door. Now I'm sure there's probably a better tool and technique suited for this, but I just used what I had on hand. The main tip I could give is to just take your time and slowly work your way down until the stop can be fully removed by hand with little effort. Once the bottom stop was removed, I could begin removing the left and right stops. After all the interior stops were removed, I began working on breaking the inner and exterior seal holding the glass in place. Before removing the exterior seal, I broke the remaining glass to help prevent from cutting my hand on the glass. After the majority of the exterior glass was removed, I again used my utility knife to help break the seal while my wife worked on the interior. Once the seal was broken enough around the glass, we were able to slowly separate the glass panel from the door. This was a satisfying feeling since at this point we knew we should have no problem completing the rest of the job. At least that's what I thought. Before installing the new glass panel, we needed to clean and prepare the opening. Here's a quick look at how the inner portion of the door looked after we removed all the sealing material. The next day I went to Harbor Freight and purchased a few items, and while I was there I remembered they make glass suction cup lifters for glass repair jobs like this, so I picked up two types of suction cups since they were cheap and I wanted to see which one I liked better for future DIY projects. After using both, I would say I like the dual suction cups better because of the extra security and the handle. After dry fitting the glass in place, I noticed our first problem. The glass sales rep had an error in his measurements and our glass panel was slightly smaller than our previous panel. Now, this was a little frustrating because you would typically expect an expert in the field to know better, but thankfully the error wasn't too severe where I couldn't use the glass panel at all. I also wanted to keep things moving and not go through the hassle of returning this one to the glass shop and waiting another 1 to 2 weeks to get a replacement. So we decided to add a paintable caulk on the exterior side of the glass panel, which would hide the slight error and provide an additional seal around the glass. Now, if I were to do this again, I would definitely recommend removing the glass stops before any measurements are taken so you or the glass expert can clearly see the full width and length of the panel, and this will ensure no guessing is involved. I then moved on to adding a nice thick bead of 100% silicone around the interior side of the door. Afterwards, I installed the glass panel into the door opening, making sure it was positioned so that it was supported evenly by the exterior stops. Once we were satisfied with the glass panel alignment, we reinstalled the interior glass stops. While removing the stops, I noticed crown staples were used to hold them in place, so I had to also pick up a staple gun as I wanted to try to install everything using the same fasteners as before. Also, all the tools and items I'm using in this video, I will leave a link to in the description below. And I have to say, having the right tools definitely made this job much easier. And while we're talking about tools, let me quickly talk about a new tool I plan to add to my handy toolbox. The guys over at Sigmund sent me the CD-60 bilateral laser measurement tool and agreed I could give one away to one of my subscribers for free if I liked the product. Well, spoiler alert, I like their product. So later in this video, I'll give more details on how you could win one of these bad boys, but let's first quickly talk about a few things I liked about it. First off, when it comes to measuring large areas, this device makes that process simple since I can hold it up against a wall, press the measure button, and within less than a second or two, I have the measurement. I can also store 100 measurements so I don't have to worry about remembering each measurement I take. Since it's a bilateral tool, it also allows me to stand in the middle of a room and it will shine lasers from both sides of the unit and show me the distance from the left and the right side of the unit as well as the combined distance. If you place the device on a surface, you can also see the angle or how level the surface is. It also has a built-in strong magnet on the back to give you more ways to use this device. These features alone were enough for me. But what takes it a step further is that it has a color interface. The screen will automatically rotate depending on how you're holding the device, which makes it easy to read in any orientation. And you can also change the measurement units if you prefer to see inches, feet, or meters. It also has a rechargeable battery that will last about 4 hours and uses USB Type-C to speed up the charging process. It can also give you other measurement types such as continuous measurement, wall area, volume, and more. I'll rarely use some of those tools, but it's cool to see many options packed in such a small device. So far I like the little guy, and if you're interested in winning one of these, stay tuned and I'll give you more info shortly. But right now we need to finish getting this glass panel installed. After the stops were installed, I applied some paintable silicone to the exterior to again serve two purposes. One, to provide an additional seal around the exterior side of the glass, and two, to hide the slight undersized glass panel issue. But this was more cosmetic than anything, as most people probably wouldn't notice the issue unless I pointed it out, but the fact that I know it's there would bother me, so I figured I'd take the extra time to get it done. After I had sealed both sides of the door, it was time to take a step back and look at our work. I was really pleased with how things turned out and so glad we decided to knock it out ourselves. This entire shed project has been a great opportunity to learn something new and has also taught or reminded me how to tackle projects or life struggles that may seem overwhelming. It continues to boil down to a few things, which is tackle whatever it is one day at a time in baby steps if needed, and as long as you stay focused, be persistent, and be okay with making mistakes, you'll eventually either complete or overcome whatever challenges you might face. Also, feel free to leave a comment below about what projects you've worked on that you weren't expecting to complete, but you got it done anyway. Lastly, if you're interested in winning the Sigma CD-60, to enter the giveaway, all you need to do is follow GreenTechTown on Instagram, and on the GreenTechTown Instagram page, there will be a Sigma CD-60 review post that you will need to leave a comment that includes the last 5 words I mentioned in this video. On October 1st, I will record and perform the drawing and update the description of this video with the winner's name. I will also upload the recorded drawing to the GreenTechTown Instagram page. Also, unfortunately, only those who live in the United States will qualify for this contest, but we will try to open up future giveaways to other countries so more people have an opportunity to enter. I will also post these rules as well as the links to our Instagram account in the description below. Anyway, this has been a fun project, and if you found it useful or think others might, be sure to subscribe or bump that like button to encourage YouTube to share this video with others. Also, for those just learning about this channel, you can watch our other videos by clicking the thumbnail on the left, and for everyone else, YouTube thinks you might enjoy the video on the right. Well, that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.